Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I truly appreciate you taking the time to check out this video. Before we dive into the topic, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any updates. Everything shared in this video is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. All opinions are my own, and any claims discussed are alleged. Under the Copyright Act of 1976, fair use allows for criticism, commentary, and educational discussion on the content presented here. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump right into it. Now let's talk about what's got the whole love and marriage Huntsville community buzzing again. Wanda speaking out about filming with Arion, and Destiny once again clashing with fans over her attitude, her transparency, and the way she handles criticism. The entire situation has people raising their eyebrows, and honestly, it shows that even after all these years, Huntsville drama still runs deep. Wanda doesn't hold back, and when she decides to speak, she usually shakes the table. This time was no different, and what she said about filming with Arion left many wondering what's really going on behind the cameras and who's truly running things on set. Wanda has always been known for being outspoken. She's that one person in the cast who says exactly what she feels, even when it causes a storm. But her recent remarks about Arion, who is still considered a controversial figure in the Huntsville universe, stirred up even more conversation. Many fans have speculated for years whether the OWN network or the producers would ever let Arionne Curry, Martell Holt's infamous ex and mother of his youngest child, officially step into the LAMH world. Wanda's words hinted that something might have happened recently, something related to filming, and she didn't sound happy about it. According to Wanda, she's not the type to sugarcoat anything. When she started speaking about filming scenes involving Arion, her tone suggested she wasn't exactly thrilled. She said, in her typical straightforward way, that being around Arion wasn't something she was comfortable with, especially given all the history and pain that came from that situation. And that's understandable. After all, Melody Shari, the show's central figure, went through so much public humiliation because of Martell's affair with Arion. For Wanda to be on set, or even associated with filming that connects to Arion, could easily feel like walking into a storm. But what made Wanda's statements even more striking is that she didn't stop there. She began hinting that certain people on the cast are being used for ratings, that production knows who will stir drama, and that sometimes uncomfortable situations are pushed just for entertainment. Wanda has always been about loyalty to her family, particularly her daughter Tisha and son-in-law Marcel. So when she feels that someone she loves is being put in a difficult position for the sake of TV, she speaks out. Her energy this time was no different, fiery, defensive, and ready to call out whoever needed calling out. Now let's pause and look at this deeper. If Wanda truly did film in scenes that somehow connect to Arion, or even just discussed her on camera, that could signal a major shift in the show's direction. For years, Arion has been the unseen shadow hovering over LAMH. She's talked about by everyone, but never directly featured. Every season, her presence is felt, but never shown. And it seems Wanda might have been pulled into that world unwillingly. This brings up another layer, Destiny Payton. Destiny has had a tough time lately, both with the viewers and the cast. Ever since she joined LAMH, Destiny has had moments where the audience wanted to root for her, but somehow, she always ends up on the defensive. And recently, her frustration with fans has spilled over. She's made it clear that she feels misunderstood, that people judge her too harshly, and that they don't see her real side. But at the same time, fans feel like she's holding back, that she's not giving enough transparency for someone who signed up for reality TV. When you combine Wanda's fiery personality with Destiny's defensiveness, you get a mix that's explosive on camera. And now, both women are under the spotlight again. Wanda for her comments about filming with Arion, and Destiny for how she's handling the audience's backlash. It's almost like the show keeps finding new ways to circle back to the same core conflicts: loyalty, transparency, and accountability. Wanda has always been protective of her daughter Tisha, but she also has this deep connection to the drama itself. She enjoys being part of the conversation, even if it means stirring the pot. She's said multiple times that she speaks her truth, and this time, her truth seems to involve her frustration with how filming went down. She suggested that certain scenes were manipulated to create tension. She even hinted that not everything shown on screen reflects how things actually happened behind the scenes. When Wanda mentioned filming with Arion, fans immediately started speculating. Did Arion finally make an on-camera appearance? Was there a behind-the-scenes encounter? Or was it just production trying to bring the two worlds, Melody's and Martell's, closer together again for storyline purposes? Wanda didn't confirm any of that directly, but her tone was telling. She seemed irritated that she was even put in that position. She said something along the lines of, "You can't have me around somebody like that and expect me to be quiet." That alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Because if Wanda really did come face to face with Arion, even in passing, that means the show might be moving into territory that fans have been debating for years. Should Arion be given a platform? Meanwhile, Destiny's irritation with fans continues to grow. She's been clapping back more often on social media, calling out what she sees as fake narratives and biased opinions. From her point of view, she feels like no matter what she does, she's criticized. When she opens up, people say she's playing the victim. When she's private, people say she's hiding something. It's a no-win situation for her. And lately, she seems fed up with the whole thing. In a recent discussion, Destiny reportedly said that she's tired of people acting like they know her life, based on what's edited for TV. She wants fans to remember that reality TV isn't always reality. And in that sense, her frustration mirrors Wanda's. Both women feel like production shapes them into certain roles. From Wanda, it's the loud and messy mother-in-law. For Destiny, it's the bitter friend who can't move on. But while both of them share that complaint, their ways of handling it couldn't be more different. Wanda leans into her role. She doesn't mind being messy because she believes she's telling the truth. Destiny, on the other hand, wants to separate herself from the drama. But she keeps getting pulled back in. Every time she tries to step away, something happens. A comment, a disagreement, or a social media post that brings her right back into the chaos. Now, what's really interesting here is how both Wanda's and Destiny's frustrations seem to tie back to the same core issue: control. Neither of them feels like they have full control over their narrative. They feel like they're constantly being shaped by editing, by fan perception, by alliances within the cast, and even by what happens off-camera between Melody, Martell, and Arion. Let's be honest, LAMH has never just been about business and relationships. It's about image, loyalty, and who can handle public pressure the best. Melody and Martell's split set the tone for the entire show. Everything since then has been a ripple effect, from Arion's involvement to Destiny's fallout with Melody, and now to Wanda being thrown into uncomfortable filming situations. It's all connected. When Wanda speaks, people listen because she's unpredictable. She'll say something wild, and it might make everyone gasp, but it's usually rooted in something real. She's not afraid to expose what others are whispering about. So when she said she didn't like filming in certain situations, and didn't like the direction things were going. That was her way of calling out the system itself. She wasn't just talking about Arion. She was talking about how the show operates. And when you look at it from that perspective, it's not hard to see why Destiny feels the way she does too. She's been caught in the crossfire of public opinion ever since her friendship with Melody crumbled. Every time she tries to rebuild her image, it seems like something drags her back down. Fans want her to be open, but she's afraid that being too open will give people ammunition against her. That's the curse of reality TV. You can't please everyone, and the more you try, the worse it gets. Now let's circle back to the bigger picture. If Arion really is being considered for on-screen moments, that changes everything. It means OWN is willing to take risks again, maybe to boost ratings or to reignite interest in storylines that were starting to feel repetitive. And while that might be good for the show's numbers, it's not necessarily good for the emotional stability of the cast. Wanda's discomfort could be a reflection of how others feel but are afraid to say out loud. For Wanda, loyalty means everything. Her loyalty to her daughter Tisha is what drives her every move. So when she feels that Tisha's environment, or the people she's surrounded by on set, are becoming toxic or uncomfortable, Wanda steps in. That's her nature. But sometimes that loyalty turns into conflict. It makes her go head-to-head with people like Melody, Marceau, or even Destiny when she feels things are out of line. Destiny, on the other hand, seems to be fighting a different battle, the battle of relevance and redemption. She doesn't want to be seen as the problematic one, but the more she reacts to fans, the more they label her that way. And now, with Wanda's new comments taking over headlines, Destiny's own frustration is getting lost in the noise. People are too busy dissecting what Wanda said about Arion to notice that Destiny is actually crying out for understanding. It's a complicated web. Wanda feels used for drama. Destiny feels misunderstood by fans. And somewhere in the middle sits the ghost of Arion, the name that still shakes the LAMH universe whenever it's mentioned. The moment Wanda connected herself, even indirectly, to filming that involves Arion, the dynamic shifted again. It's like the past won't stay buried, no matter how hard the cast tries to move forward. As the season continues, fans are expecting fireworks. Wanda's comments are just the beginning. If production really is blurring the line between cast comfort and storyline demands, then we're about to see some of the most intense reactions yet. And for Destiny, this might be her breaking point. She's already on edge with the fans, and if the drama keeps piling up, she might reach a point where she decides to step away completely. But one thing's for sure, Wanda's not going anywhere. She's too embedded in the show's DNA now. Love her or hate her, she's a driving force, and when she feels disrespected, she's going to make noise. This recent situation has reminded everyone that Wanda's not just a supporting character. She's part of the pulse that keeps Huntsville drama alive. So, as we wait to see how this plays out, one thing is clear. The tension on LAMH isn't going away anytime soon. Between Wanda's fiery words, Arion's lingering presence, and Destiny's growing irritation, it feels like the calm before another storm. And knowing how Huntsville operates, that storm will probably arrive sooner than anyone expects.